The story we're about to see today is the sad reality of boys living in the slums on the far east side of São Paulo City, Brazil. Follow this amazing story of a boy named Theo who's passionate about soccer. In the dusty alleys and narrow lanes of the Guaianazes favela, located in the east zone of São Paulo, a boy named Theo dreamed of the lush fields of soccer stadiums. For him, every winding street was a corridor of hope, every casual kick a promise of greatness. Despite the obstacles life in the favela imposed upon him, Theo nurtured within himself a burning flame, fueled by the goals he scored on makeshift fields and the success stories that echoed among the concrete walls. His heart beat to the rhythm of stadium drums. His smile shone like the sun sneaking through the decaying buildings. For Theo, soccer wasn't just a game. It was a promise of freedom, an escape from the shackles of poverty, a chance to etch his name among the stars that dotted the favela's night sky. Theo wasn't just a resident of those hope-forgotten alleys. He was a blazing fire, a spark of rebellion against the injustice that reigned like an oppressive shadow. With each dawn, he waged an epic battle against the misery threatening to engulf him, a fight that echoed through the narrow alleys like the roar of a lion challenging its predators. However, Theo wasn't just a survivor. He was a warrior in search of something more, something that transcended the favela's narrow borders, something shining on the distant horizon like a golden promise, the dream of being more than a statistic, a forgotten boy by the world. But even the brightest dreams weren't immune to the darkness that permeated the alleys and lanes of Guaianazes. On a fateful day, cruel destiny cast its merciless hand upon Theo, tearing from him not only a friend but a piece of his own soul. The blood spilled in a brutal shootout forever stained the innocence of that place, leaving scars on the hearts of those who dared to dream. The pain of loss consumed Theo like a voracious fire, threatening to engulf him in its insatiable flames. How could he continue to dream, to fight, when the shadow of death loomed around every corner, ready to claim innocent lives? Yet, amidst the ashes of despair, a stubborn ember refused to fade. It was the memory of Carlos, a beacon of hope in a sea of desolation, guiding Theo back from the edge of the abyss. Determined to honor his fallen friend's legacy, Theo refused to succumb to despair. With his father's silent support, he immersed himself in the world of soccer, finding in the fields and exhausting training sessions an escape valve for the pain consuming him. Each kick was a challenge against fate, each run a declaration of war against the odds, rising before him like insurmountable walls. And then, like a ray of light amidst the darkness, a unique opportunity presented itself to Theo. A social project, a hand extended amidst chaos, offered him the chance to turn his dreams into reality. Under the watchful eyes of dedicated coaches, he honed his raw talent, emerging as a bright star in a night sky of despair. But the path to glory was far from easy. Every step toward his destiny was marked by sacrifice and sweat, every victory won at the cost of shed tears and sleepless nights. Yet, Theo didn't falter. He knew that every obstacle overcome brought him a little closer to the promise of a better life, to a future beyond the favela's narrow borders. In the dark and dusty depths of the Guaianazes favela, a long-awaited opportunity shone like a ray of light amid the darkness. Under the auspices of a sky laden with expectations, scouts from big clubs organized a trial, a golden chance for the young talents of the local social project. And for Theo, that day wasn't just another chapter in his saga. It was the crossroads where his destiny would be forged with the coldness of steel against the force of fire. And so, destiny wove its intricate plot, weaving Theo's threads of fate with ruthless precision. Before the critical gazes of the big clubs, Theo entered the field like a gladiator heading to the arena, his heart beating out of step as the weight of the moment hovered over him like a sword ready to strike its fatal blow. Every touch of the ball echoed like a whisper in the night, a silent prayer cast to the heavens, as Theo danced among opponents like a tightrope walker, his fate precariously hanging between success and failure. The scorching sun hung over the Guayanazes favela, casting its golden rays over the zinc roofs and dusty streets. On the improvised soccer field, the air vibrated with palpable anticipation surrounding the young talents gathered there. Among them, Theo waited anxiously, his heart beating at the accelerated pace of a bird about to take flight. The organizers of the soccer trial, men and women with keen eyes and benevolent smiles, gathered in a circle, their murmurs whispering secrets that floated in the air like fleeting butterflies. Theo held his breath, his eyes fixed on that congregation that would decide his fate with a simple gesture. Finally, one of the organizers rose, his voice echoing like a flash of light amidst the expectant silence. With solemnity, he announced the chosen names, each word reverberating like a symphony of hope to the ears of the young, aspiring soccer players. And then came the moment Theo had feared and yearned for so long. His name was pronounced, and an explosion of emotion erupted around him like fireworks on a starry night. He could hardly believe it. He, Theo, the boy from the favela, had been chosen to tread the path of his dreams, to rise from the ashes like a glorious phoenix toward the firmament. With a heart overflowing with gratitude and determination, Theo joined his fellow journeyers, every step toward the promising future marked by the contagious energy of those who dared to dream. For in that moment, under the scorching sun of the Guayanazes favela, they weren't just rising soccer players. They were symbols of hope, living witnesses that dreams can indeed come true, even in the most unlikely places. The following days were like a whirlwind of preparations, intense training, and fervent expectations. Every moment was a learning opportunity, every challenge a chance for growth. Theo immersed himself in this new reality, absorbing every lesson like a hungry sponge, determined to become the best player he could be. And then the big day arrived. With the uniform of his new club enveloping his body like a second skin, Theo entered the playing field with the confidence of a true champion. The applause of the crowd resonated in his ears like a welcome symphony, feeding the sacred fire burning in his chest. Under the bright spotlights and the attentive gazes of the spectators, Theo proved himself worthy of his place on the team. His passes were as precise as arrows, his dribbles a mesmerizing dance among opposing defenders. He played not only with his feet, but with his soul, leaving a trail of glory wherever he went. And so, as the sun set on the horizon and the stadium lights lit up like shooting stars in the night, Theo knew that his professional journey was just beginning. With unwavering determination and a heart full of dreams, he was ready to face whatever the future held, ready to conquer the world with the ball at his feet. Send this video to someone who's thinking about giving up. Tell them not to give up and let them know you believe in them. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing for more content like this. Your support means a lot.